Hey there, fellas, how's it going? I hope you guys enjoy this very next episode of Fallout 4, where I try to clean up the Red Rocket and get it in a good, nice, stable living condition. So I hope you enjoy the video. Hey there, fellows. Welcome back to my playthrough of Fallout 4. It's your host, Raptor Jesus, as always. We're cleaning up old Red Rocket, make it a livable settlement. I always like using Red Rocket as my own home base, and I don't ever put up a settlement beacon here. This is my house. Though sometimes I do like sending Sturgis here because he actually really likes it when you're escorting him from Concord. I guess it's Concord if you're, Bostonian. Now, it has a lot of actually useful materials, so it's always good to send a provisioner here from your other settlements. And your provisioner routes actually do matter, because if you're sending them through a route that's rife with different mutants and monsters and stuff, it's actually going to take longer for them to get the supplies to your settlements. All my provisioners actually, the way I always set it up is they all head towards Sanctuary. That's like the central zone. That's the capital of my wasteland empire. You know, and I got the scrap everything mod. I got the safe scrap everything mod, so you don't actually scrap the world. I just like using it because why would you live in such a derelict environment, you know? See if they're gonna let me scrap outside. There's mods that increase the zone, essentially, that you can build in, but I always find that they just break the game, like, drastically. There's a lot of mods out there. The modders don't know the limits of the engine itself. They're just trying to test new things. And sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. The biggest, like, ones I don't like are mods that try to make the game more combat realistic, like realistic weapon ranges, so you can take a sniper rifle and shoot people from 2 miles away and such. It doesn't have any effect on the game because non-PCs can only, like, their AI has a limit to how far away from the player that it will activate. So a lot of these mods, they're just standing there doing nothing because their AI hasn't activated because the player is like so far away. So a lot of these like realistic quote-unquote weapon mods are just pointless, and they take up your hard drive space, and they have no value to add no value to the game at all. Just play the game as it is. Like if you want something realistic, go play a realistic combat shooter like Arma or something, right? Fallout is Fallout. It's not realistic. I'm sorry, fellas. I'm sorry you play this game for 10 years and continue to want new challenges, but it's just not going to happen. AI mods are also another offender of this like idea that, oh, giving it better AI will make it harder or more difficult. But it just oftentimes just crashes your computer because there's a limit to how many scripts can run at the same time. And they'll have like different script extenders and such, but it doesn't really work. Because there is just a limit to the engine, unfortunately. It's an old game, actually. More in, what is it, 2015? So it's actually like 10 years old, I believe. So there's just a limit to what you can do with the engine itself. If you want a really realistic Fallout experience, you're better off playing a tabletop RPG. Unfortunately, I have gripes with post-apocalyptic tabletop RPGs. They're always about mutants, playing the mutants, and the mutants are good, honest folk. They're not. They're terrible. They're monsters. That's what they should be. It should be about humans surviving, but I guess like most RPG developers find this an extremely boring concept. But that's sort of why I like Fallout, because you're a human. That's just trying to make it in this wacky, wild, mutated world, you know? A lot of our best pulp literature is about humans trying to survive against the mutated debauchery that exists in the wasteland. Like Hero's Journey, that's my favorite post-apocalyptic book. Can't remember the author's name, but it's an awesome book. Hero is a real pulp like hero. He has he's telepathic. He does have some mutant abilities. And he has a mount that's a giant moose that's also telepathic. Oh, I see. This is how I repair it. I'm not sure if I'm ready to repair it, but I'm going to do it anyway. There we go. And he fights things like just giant mutated crawfish and bugs and stuff, which those are great staples for pulp monsters. There's giant bugs and, you know, even sea bugs. Because even in our real life, there's real monsters like a boar. A boar will continue to grow proportionately, like normal with a pig. When it gets real big and fat, you know, it has tiny little legs. But a boar, see, their legs are actually grow proportionally to its body. They're real monsters. You know, and a lot of these things in our world inspired all of the myths that we kind of eat up. So you look to nature when you're designing your games for really good material that players will just think like you're the most creative person in the world, but you're just stealing from good lore. World building is actually an entirely pointless endeavor in my opinion. You don't need to world build, you need to play the game. Playing the game, the players will just say things and do things that generate the world. And even when it comes to like factions within your world, let the players run those. Let people who don't have time to play your game every week run those factions, and that will generate so much more valuable content for you that you as a DM can just sit back and get drunk. You don't have to worry about the world because the players will develop it as they play the game. And I think it's a big failing with all these like RPG YouTubers. They don't really give that great advice. What they do is they generate more content because if you have nothing to talk about, you have no video for the week. And that's sort of my problem why I don't make RPG videos anymore, because what am I doing when I'm teaching you how to play an RPG? I'm just reading the book to you, and that's lame. You should read the book. Read the rules. It's important. It generates more brain cells and more wrinkles in your brain. The more you read, the smarter you get. And if you're just listening to people reading you things, you're not learning anything. Not at all. That's sort of the problem with our society, is we're so freaking lazy. We just want people to feed information to us instead of seeking the information out for themselves. So you should use these videos that I make of these playthroughs to inform what games you should play and what games are fun and what's a fun thing to do. Now sometimes there's secret hints that you won't learn ever playing the game. Sometimes you just find stuff. People will find stuff in games that no one knows about. And there's a few things I know about Fallout because I played a lot of this game. I'm one of those coping type of video game purchasers where I just play at the utmost to get the most value out of it. Alright, dog meat, hey. What do you think? Oh yeah, see, he has a bunch of stuff I need to get from him. Can't believe I had you swallow all this stuff, dog meat. You know, he's just got one of those mutations, I swear, that's like an expansive stomach. And where does he put all this stuff? I'll have to take the cryolator out to kill some fools with it, I think. I don't know how common the ammo is. But, you know, there's that, like, there's that hoarding mentality when you play video games. Oh, I gotta save it for when I really need it. No, just use it. Use it when you need it, because you're just gonna get more of it. That's just the nature of a video game. Especially a game like Fallout, where it has random loot. You're always gonna find new stuff. Or there's, like, an economy. You should pay into the economy, because that just makes like the game better. Then all those caps, what are you saving all those caps for? You can't take them with you when you die, buddy. The more you purchase within your local community, the better your local community's economy will get, and then that raises everybody else up. I think that's a thing people kind of forget with contributing to society. They're always about themselves, but we're supposed to be, you know, all working together to better ourselves, but that's usually not the case, because people are just selfish, I guess. You know, they make things really... Greedy people make things really hard. Like, they don't want to teach new people how to do a job. They want you to have experience with the job. Well, how do you get experience with a job if you're not getting taught how to do a job? And it kind of defeats the purpose of requiring experience. Like around here, all we have here are restaurants in this town. It's a hippie dip liberal community, so it's just all restaurants for the tourists. Once winter hits, this town is dead. It's just like no one wants to stay around for the mountain winter, right? So all these restaurants, they won't hire guys. They're not going to hire some bald, overweight fellow like me. They want to hire some really attractive young girl to work the restaurant. You know, and if you're lucky, you have like cooking experience, and then you can get shoved in the back where no one sees you. Because, you know, it's sort of this weird psychological thing where people want to buy food from women. because women are the providers, right? So of course they're gonna make good food. Except usually it's the men that are cooking it. Most of the places around here, all the cooks are dudes. It's just sort of funny to me, but all the women are servers, so they're not actually making the food, but they can sell it. You know, they sell it with their charms. Oh, this is really good food because there's really pretty girls in this restaurant. Is generally the mentality of the majority of people. It's just how their brains work. They want to be. Everyone wants to be provided for, even women. Gotta save my game here. Take up a little smoke break. After all this heavy lifting and pulling up weeds and such. Now the Red Rocket is a little bit better shape than it was before. I really like this t-shirt I'm wearing. So I just noticed it says "Have a nuke." This needs to be my Fat Man fighting shirt. Yeah, that's actually a Creation Club content I got was a t-shirt pack. I got a few things, like a t-shirt pack, and I think a Slocum Joe's something, and then arcade machines. Yeah, I think I have the arcade machines one. Oh, and some kind of Nuka-Cola mixing thing they sell. That was for actually Sim Settlements. Sim Settlements requires you to have Creation Club content, which I find highly annoying. I really didn't want to buy mods. I think that's the silliest thing in the world, buying mods. What is the gaming industry coming to? Buying mods. I just don't understand it, fellers. We're just really addicted to consumerism. Buy the next product. Don't complain. Very common mentality here in old America. But I still love it. I mean, we have freedom that no one else has. I have the freedom to complain, and no Gestapo's gonna kick down my door and arrest me. I hope, anyway. They're gonna have to bring a lot of cops because I'm a big fella. Anyway, I hope you like and subscribe and share my content around. You guys enjoyed the episode, alright? Hey fellas, that's the rest of my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to help support my channel more, you can just join my Ko-Fi down below. Or you can join up with my Discord. Maybe we can play some games, even tabletop RPGs I would like to run. So hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and you have a good game next time, and keep your shield arm strong, alright?